Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this After Hours Gaming League B-League cast. It is the matchup between IBM and DotBlock, and it is game number 2. As you can see with our sweet, professional-looking overlay in the top, IBM did take game 1. It was another Zerg v Zerg, just like this game, but we'll get back to this game in just a minute. It's another Zerg v Zerg, and DotBlock went for a very early pool aggression, bringing a ton of workers and trying to lay down a couple spine crawlers, but a really good scout by IBM and a good reaction throwing down a spine crawler of his own meant he was able to hold with minimal losses, and he got right back into that game, and unfortunately, DotBlock just had to GG out of that, couldn't follow up the all-in. So, in this game, representing IBM, this gentleman picked Zerg because they're completely, obviously overpowered. He's a professional dork, occasionally a coding monkey, and mostly just responding to email. It is the blue player from IBM, the Zerg at the bottom of Daybreak. Give it up for argentower. And over in the top side of Daybreak, he is the red Zerg. He picked Zerg because Zerglings. He is the CEO at DotBlock. Wait, is he really? That'd be pretty cool. He plays hockey, soccer, golf, football. A very athletic guy. Let's see how his esports athletics are. Please give it up with me for Pinksock. So, as I mentioned, this is going to be game 2. And that early victory did go to IBM, which is going to give Pinksock a little bit of pressure because he doesn't want to be 2-0. You know what? Let's turn up the sound a little bit. I feel like I'm not getting enough sound out of this game, and that's why it's only at like 6%. Alright, let's keep going with that now. So, this early scout from IBM's argentower is going to come over. He's going to see that it's a pool first, but it's not a particularly early pool, so he's not really worried about too much sort of all-inish stuff. Argentower himself opted to go for gas first, and then go into spawning pool. Could mean he wants to tech up to that lair super fast. Could mean he wants to get Zergling speed really quick and be aggressive. So it just sort of means he wants tech, and he wants it soon. Pinksock is going to go for this expand. Now, if argentower chooses to punish this with a couple early lings and early ling speed, and he is starting that ling speed, he could do a lot of damage to that expansion, but instead he's just going to be getting this queen out, and it looks like he's going to be trying to drone up a little bit, with one more overlord coming out, just to get that really good scouting position. And just taking a look at the overlord positions, this is really good positioning for argentower. He's got one checking out this natural, so he can see any sort of craziness coming. That vision does go to the bottom of the ramp, so he could see if some sort of roach all-in were coming, or really anything coming out of this main base. He's going to spy out these two lings just sort of moving out. He's got one by the tower, so he knows whether his opponent has vision. He's got one over here, and a couple more just floating around. And, of course, Pinksock is going to be doing basically the same thing, although he's going to be moving this guy back up to this safer location where the queen can't see. So these lings just sort of dancing across the map. A couple lings from argentower are going to be pushing forward. I don't think they're going to put too much pressure on, as there are two lings coming back for Pinksock and two lings already here. So there's about 6-4 with a queen coming down. This looks like it's going to go in Pinksock's favor. And he's very quickly cleaning up, already killed 3 lings, and a pair of lings popping out are just going to help him pull this off. Argentower's overlord is going to be forced to pull back, or it might die. This queen has a ton of range, and it is getting in a good position, although it missed a couple attacks there. So this overlord might go down, which would supply block argentower a little bit, but, you know, not too bad. No overlord replacement coming out just yet, and it looks like this overlord might actually... no, it's down. It's down. And Hatch is going to be coming out for argentower. Just finished up to take the pressure off that, but he does need some overlords here. So a handful of lings are going to be at the front for Pinksock. Let's go ahead and take a look at the unit count. He is ahead just a little bit in drones and Zerglings, and basically even in just every other way, a lot more drones coming out, so he is feeling really safe with his vision, with an overlord here, and he's checking the third, and he's also got an overlord over here ready to move in and get that tech scout in just a couple minutes. So he feels really safe teching up. Well, meanwhile, IBM is actually the player with the most map vision and map control. With these overlords scattered all over the place, he's going to be able to see any sort of army poking out of here way ahead of time. And it looks like DotBlock is going to be very, very greedy and go for an early third base before lair. Right before lair? Yeah. So this drone is sitting here. He's got the money. He's got that money. Come on. And there's the hatch. So he's sending out just a couple lings. These guys are going to be fended off by IBM's lings. They do have the speed, which means they're going to get that first hit, and that ling is going to survive with 1 health, and unless things drastically change, this ling is going to survive with 1 health, maybe even more, actually. Yeah, 6 health. So Pinksock is going to be forced to send out just a couple more lings to clear out those towers and gain some vision back. Now, IBM has not seen this third base, so that could be important. If Pinksock can keep this hidden long enough and saturate it, he could have a huge econ advantage. Now, it does look like some defensive banelings are being morphed in for argentower back here. Meanwhile, a Roach Warren did just finish for Pinksock, or was that... Guys, I don't even know. Where is that Roach Warren? There it is. So it did finish for Pinksock. So he's going to be getting out a couple roaches sometime soon, although he is electing to continue to drone up. Getting this lair tech, going to be able to get those upgrades going. He did have 1 Evo chamber going down, and a macro hatch over here. And it does look like it's going to be a small speedling attack moving in here to the side. Now again, he still hasn't seen this third, so he would do really well to go and scout that third, but he may just elect to run straight in here. A couple spine crawlers going down for Pinksock. That's a great reaction. And here come these lings, although they move up and then they sort of dance around. This one looks like he wants to scout, and he is going to find this third base, so the element of surprise is gone. These lings run up here, and a couple roaches being pulled out are going to make that a very, very safe defense. This ling doing a lot of harassment, and a couple speedlings running on by, and 1 drone down. This ling does have 2 kills. Is he going to get a third kill? No, he is going to go down just in time. And that is not my cheese, and I am not busy. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. But this is the B League, which is a little bit less professional of a tournament, so I feel a little bit more relaxed doing all my casts. So hopefully you guys will bear with me and we can have a good time. Alright, just take a look at the upgrades coming out. Roach speed, ranged attack upgrade, couple overseers coming out for Pinksock, an infestor pit going down for argentower. A couple more hatches, again that macro hatch and that third. That third is a lot behind Pinksock's, although a couple drones did go down. Not a great amount, just 2 drones. But he did see that, and it looks like Pinksock does not feel comfortable saturating this just yet. He is droning up a little bit more. That ranged attack did finish, and he's going to be going for the armor. The speed still going. It's about 30 seconds away from being done. It's exactly 30 seconds away from being done. So these couple banelings just hanging out. Probably not going to be too useful if Pinksock does commit to that roach tech. But always nice to try and counter some sort of ling run by, as you can always just get, about 10 to 15 lings and run them by and do a lot of damage, unless there are about 5 banelings just sitting there. So this game, not too much action happening. Both players electing to macro up. A good handful of roaches over here with that +1 attack. 17 more roaches coming out. It looks like Pinksock might be going for blood here. And back on the IBM side, just droning up, starting to saturate this third base. Not too many lings out on the field. Let's take a look at the unit count. Yeah, only about 10 lings and 6 banelings, which means unless he does something really quick, he's going to be woefully underprepared for this attack. A ton of roaches now walking over to this tower. Of course, IBM sees it. He's starting to panic, and we see 10 roaches coming out and 6 infestors. But just a ton of zerglings are going to be going down for Pinksock. And it looks like he's going to have to sacrifice this base. This one roach got out just in time, said, "Excuse me, pardon me." Oh, and this roach, same thing. "Excuse me, pardon me." This drone saying, "Please don't notice me. Please don't." That drone survived. And the engagement is going down. A great couple fungals for argentower going down. But these guys are just so strong with that +1 armor and +1 attack. There is +1 attack for argentower, but that armor unmatched, which means he's going to have the upgrade advantage and just a ton of roaches are going to start streaming into this second base. A couple spine crawlers are here doing a little bit of damage, but there's just nothing here. And most of that did eventually get cleaned up with the help of those queens and these spine crawlers. And now the drones are going to be going in, and with a 6 surround, it looks like they might be able to clean this up. But as you can see on that mini-map, another replacement army is going to be streaming in, and it is all speedlings. These speedlings do have the 1 armor upgrade, which means these roaches are not going to be able to two-shot them. So now they're surrounding these roaches. It looks like that third was killed in that attack, and this is going to be a close one. It looks like the roaches are going to prevail for Argentower, but as we can see, another 20-some roaches are going to be coming out for our friend Pinksock, and there is nothing happening for Argentower. There is actually 0 production, as it looks like some sort of attack must have come in here. Guys, I must have missed it. We got to go back. We got to go back and check that out. What happened? Oh, it was a huge speedling run by. Did take out all of these drones in the main, and that's why we don't see anything coming out, because there's no econ. Take a look at the units. We're down to only 35 drones, and they're all sitting right here, not doing any sort of mining for Argentower. Here comes that stream of lings that we already saw. These lings even still doing a great job back in the main, and unfortunately unburrowed those queens just a little bit too early, and one of them did go down. This other one surviving with just 1 health. But this stream of lings just doing a lot of damage, taking out all of those roaches, and unfortunately there's just a huge food advantage for Mr. Pinksock. That early third base just able to let him get a ton of roaches, and even though the infestor tech was there for Argentower, it just was not enough. It is 1-1 to 1-2 in Argentower's favor, but of course with that production gone, Pinksock is just going to be able to mass up a ton of roaches and A-move into his base, which is precisely what he is doing. And there is the GG from Argentower, a very good game from DotBlock, bringing them back into this and tying up the series at 1-1. Which means we are going to be going to a Game 3. Now, these first 2 games were played in Wings of Liberty. The next several games will be played in Heart of the Swarm, which means we'll be heading over to that game in just a few seconds. Now, unfortunately, at the time I'm recording this, it seems that Heart of the Swarm has a bug with playing replays, and we will be unable to watch them right now. So I'll try and upload these 2 videos as soon as possible, and you guys will just have to be in suspense until they figure out that bug and I can cast those replays. Or you can always go over to AfterHoursGaming.tv and check out the results from DotBlock and IBM. That would be a spoiler though, so if you'd like to stick with me, just hang out. It'll be up on my YouTube channel. Of course, if you're watching this after the fact, it's already up there, and you can just go on to Game 3 and have a merry old time. If you're like me, living in the present, though, we'll just have to be patient and wait for the exciting conclusion to this very epic start of a best-of-5 between IBM and DotBlock. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you guys next time, and as always, good luck and have fun.